I share these predictions to help you understand the type of work that I do and to give proof that we can see into the future. They may not make any sense to you right now, and you may even disagree with my perception. Hopefully they will make sense later on when life has unfolded. You may watch them for fun and curiosity, learn from them for your own life and awareness, or totally ignore them. It's always your choice. Prediction 1. Our farming communities and hard-working landowners have to struggle so much with the elements of nature. I feel they will continue to experience floods and damaging winds, which unfortunately destroy crops, and on top of everything else they have to go through, I was shown a locust or grasshopper type plague. I presume this is within Australia, as that is where I live, but I could be seeing this within other countries as well. Prediction 2. There feels to be a lot more high tides and the erosion of land where houses have been built right on the coastlines. I had a vision of houses hanging precariously over the edge of land about to be washed away by the ocean. I feel this is happening on a worldwide scale, not just one area. Prediction 3. I don't normally see specific dates, but I was shown 17th of March, St. Patrick's Day, and there feels to be important news coming out either on that day or around that time, which allows people to make decisions based on what they are hearing. Prediction 4. More and more people going back to growing their own vegetables and fruit trees in their backyards. More people growing food in pots to have their own supplies. More people keeping their own beehives. More purchasing produce direct from growers through markets. The need to be more self-sufficient with food and resources. Prediction 5. I can see a type of incinerator, which is a barrel shape, and it has a way of disposing of rubbish in our own backyards, but it doesn't emit a toxic smoke. I know there are already these types of incinerators out there, but this feels to be very different in the way in which it breaks down the rubbish. In the past, we had incinerators to burn our own household waste, but now it goes to landfill. There is something developed to make it possible for people to be able to burn their own rubbish in a safe and non-toxic way. Prediction 6. A big emphasis on the mining industry and new mines being created. I am seeing the mining of gold being more important and gold being used in some sort of medical way, or it's used in the manufacture of equipment used to detect disease. This is also connected to the mining within cryptocurrencies, and more mining being developed in this area. Prediction 7. There is a mass exodus of people who held positions of power in all industries. In jobs where they have the responsibility of others or to lead, it's going to prove to be too overwhelming for them to handle, and they will resign or be removed from their position. Prediction 8. Along those same lines of a mass exodus is also this realization within each individual going within and asking themselves, am I only looking out for myself, or have I considered the impact my actions have on others? There feels to be a huge shift in the consciousness of people in how what they say and do impacts on others, and a knowing they have to change this about themselves before it's too late. I am hearing the Trojan horse, subversion from the outside. I feel this is a cryptic clue vision, and I feel it means that we will, even more so, question everything we see, even when it appears hidden. Subversion means to question, or making fun of something or laughing at authority, not complying. Prediction 10. I'm picking up something around pigs and oil and fats. It may be that pigs are able to utilise the use of fats and oils in their body without it sitting in the body being wasted. And this research appears to come to an understanding of why humans have fat cells that the body doesn't utilise. There is some form of correlation between research with pigs, humans, and oils and fats. Prediction 11. There feels to be more talk of viruses and another virus circulating unrelated to COVID. It doesn't feel to be related to COVID or variants. It's entirely different. And again, there are questions as to where this originated from. I feel there is a rash or skin irritation with this one, like what happens with measles or chickenpox. I sort of get the feeling 2024 with this. There is so much being questioned and exposed around this. People are demanding to have answers. Prediction 12. I see a lineup of 13. I feel this is mainly men. There may be a woman in the lineup. I just see them lined up with their faces and names, and they all have a story attached to their name. They are not people no one has ever heard of. They are known and have some form of power or wealth over others, but in a behind-the-scenes sort of way, rather than being in the public eye all the time. More like a CEO of a large company or the owner of a large organisation or company, or the backing of money with investments. The feeling I get when the general public look at this lineup of 13 is they are glad there is accountability for their actions. Prediction 13. Nature is always going to do damage to man-made structures, and again this will happen. The wind, especially with a lot more tornadoes, cyclones and strong winds. I feel there is a cyclone activity in Western Australia near Broome, rare series of tornadoes in Arizona, USA, some form of collapse with ice in Belgium. It's like ice shards falling. Delhi, storms and floods, water rushing down roadways and washing away land. Unusually dry weather, not much rain in Wisconsin. Strange weather patterns which don't normally happen in parts of the world. Some form of green stones or green mass under the earth in the African continent. It's like a line of this green colour mineral in the earth below the surface. Prediction 14. I see people opening new accounts online to do with financial situations. There is a lot of setting up of accounts which everyone seems to be doing, not just a few. It's like the way in which it is heading and everyone has to join in. I also saw the words all access denied, and this has a feeling of old banking systems and they appear to be extinct. I also see people with case managers, individuals that are helping people with setting up their financial records. This mainly feels to be with the elderly who are not tech savvy and need help to understand how this works. Prediction 15. I have no idea what this means, but I was shown the G20 and then got the G4. I don't want to speculate what this could mean. It's either divided again into 5 groups of 4, or a whole lot of people are no longer in a position they once were. Prediction 16. Fuel prices feel to go crazy and make it unaffordable to put fuel in cars for a lot of people. So different modes of transport are being returned to, such as bike riding, using public transport and purchasing electric cars. I feel there is a surge in this area away from petrol-driven cars. Prediction 17. I'm seeing a statue which is huge, like a sitting lion, and there is snakes there as well. If you lift the head back, there is something inside this statue which holds a lot of answers. It has something to do with the earth opening up and a lot to discover under the ground. It may be symbolic of hidden secrets being connected to the statue. Prediction 18. More and more medical inventions using 3D technology of replacing body parts with a 3D model. This helps where cancerous organs or cells can be removed entirely and replaced with this 3D model, which works like the natural organ that was there. I also feel that bones can be replaced with 3D models and limbs as well. The issue with limbs is trying to align the nervous system, and that seems to take longer. Prediction 19. There is this wave of nausea in people, waking up feeling nauseous during the day and night and not being able to pinpoint why this is. It's not in the food, it's not in the water. It's an energetic feeling which feels real. It feels to me to be representing a purging of being caught up in our sins. Every time in the past when we have wronged another person and not asked for forgiveness, either verbally or energetically, this sickness arises internally. Prediction 20. It's between 2020 to 2025 that so much of the old systems and energy is going to be dismantled and rebuilt. Political systems, education systems, health systems, economic systems are all affected and crumbling to make way for new systems to be built. There are so many people out there sitting on miraculous ideas who have not been allowed a platform to share those ideas, but that will change. You'll start to see more and more really wise people offering up ideas to solutions which are just brilliant and general consensus which support these ideas. Prediction 21. Voting systems worldwide feel to be creating hung parliaments in many countries. I actually got the word freaky with this. Like, amazingly, the same amount of people are thinking the same thing, which creates a tie or hung parliament with no conclusive outcome. So no one can be put in the position of leader as there are no real clear winning votes. And it's freaky because it's happening in many countries, not just one or two. Prediction 22. There also feels to be some form of tracking device or a computer system created to be able to monitor where people are. But this feels to fail because it crashes over and over. When there are too many in the one place and all the signals are trying to pick up everyone there, it overloads the system and crashes, so it doesn't work. It's like when you tell everyone to register online on a certain date, and so they do, and it forces the system to crash. It will have that same sort of effect and the idea will be scrapped. Prediction 23. I keep being drawn to Delhi in India and something happening in that area that the world is watching. It's a catalyst or the beginning of something. So when there is activity in Delhi that everyone is noticing, it's the start of something worldwide. Prediction 24. I'm picking up Uruguay. I saw a lot of animals which looked like sheep, but they may be llamas, and I get this sense of something unnatural happening in this area, like something disappears in Uruguay. Prediction 25. I do feel there are some food shortages, but not to the point where there is no food. It feels to go back to resourcing locally, buying from local markets and growing our own foods. I feel there is science making foods like foods in a tube introduced more on a scale for the mass populations. Some areas don't feel to have any food shortages and others are quite bad, and they are getting food sent from different areas, sharing worldly resources, as I see food packages in boxes being handed out to people in need. Prediction 26. I feel the COVID virus will be with us for a long time, just like the AIDS virus, Ross River virus, flu virus, etc. It's just we will learn to build immunity with this, and I feel there will be other vaccines created which will work as effectively as the flu vaccine. It's evident at this time that information that has been given originally was not always accurate, and there is a lot of fear there with people having to admit they were wrong with the information first given. There is still going to be those trying to make rules and those who defy rules. That will continue for a few more years and it's tiring. There is an ending to all this. It just doesn't happen quickly. It's over time. That is why I was seeing Prediction 27. There is a need to ask God or source energy for forgiveness of any time you intentionally or unintentionally hurt another human being. There is more of an awareness of being more conscious of thoughts and actions, and for those humans who have not made any connection to how they think and what their actions are and the impact they have on others, then source energy will intervene on their behalf to help show them. These lessons will come in hundreds of different ways, and each person going through a very difficult personal time will need to ask for forgiveness and repent. There is a cycle of souls that continue to reincarnate that come with a specific lesson to conquer, and they are choosing not to learn this. And it's like, how many more chances do you need to understand these lessons? There feels to be more accountability toward human beings who hurt others rather than allowing the soul many chances to get it right. Prediction 28. I feel there is going to be an economic crash, like a stock market crash, and this will affect so many different areas, especially real estate. There is just this plummeting feeling around money and investments. Prediction 29. I see corporations building a lot of accommodation and these places being available for people to rent to buy, cheaper housing as well. Rather than getting a mortgage, there is a private arrangement where a person gets into one of these apartments or houses and pays a weekly or monthly payment, which is paying it off. There does not appear to be a mortgage with this with a third party, it's direct. Thank you for watching. I don't focus on a specific topic and ask to get information. I allow the information to just come to me and trust that what we need to hear. So a lot of these visions are quite random and some are expected. I love when people do contact me to let me know that something has unfolded in the way it was shown.